Welcome back. When we think back to the recession of 2008-2009, do you remember your retirement strategy? Did you even have one? Well, joining us now to talk about recession-proofing your savings is wealth management advisor with Bienville Capital Group, Emmett Dupas III. Emmett, welcome back to Great
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Great to have you.
Yes.
And your socks.
Yes.
Every
pink.
time Emmett wears the coolest socks, I just have to point that out.
Thank you very much. We're pink for breast cancer awareness month.
For October, yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
for October. So, recession.
Yeah, we're talking about recession. What does recession-proofing your retirement savings mean?
So recession is really a contraction in the business cycle where you see economic slowdown. And so most people remember 2008, 2009, as you pointed out, the Great Recession where, you know, unfortunately we joke about it, your 401k became a 201k because you lost half of your money. And so when we talk about recession-proofing, we're really trying to address the risk associated with your overall portfolio that could effectively affect your savings and your retirement goals. So what do we do about that? How do you protect that?
Right.
So that's what we're here to talk about today.
Definitely. Okay, well, can you give us some tips? Where do we begin?
So various strategies. So I think first and foremost, each and every person has a different financial situation. And those financial situations are depending upon the different stages of your life. So for a person who's in a younger stage of their life, recession-proofing is really not as important because you're going to see various economic cycles over your lifetime. You go back over the last 49 years now. That's how old I am now.
Who's counting?
Yeah, apparently I'm counting. You've probably had 7 or 8 different economic cycles where you've had volatility. And so for a younger person, like yourself, for a younger person, you can see all the volatility and you're investing really for the long term. For a person who's really on the shorter end of the curve in regards to retirement, not life curve, but retirement curve,
right.
You've got to reassess your risk and how do you diversify that. So first and foremost, I think most people have to remember 2008 and 2009 when we became reactionary and we did something reactionary. Oh, the market's down, I've got to do something. Remember, by the end of 2010, the S&P 500, which was down, I believe, 39% back in 08, by the end of 2010, you'd recoup that. So for people who made an irrational decision, said, oh, I'm going to go to cash or I'm going to go to something else, you would have made that money up back in 2+ years.
And this is why you need a wealth management advisor to help you, right?
This is exactly why you need
That's
to.
a perfect example.
It's really about taking a look at your rebalancing your scenario. We talk about rebalancing. What does rebalancing mean? You sell off some of your winners and you reallocate to some of the ones that have underperformed, as well as reassessing your risk. The closer you get to retirement, the more conservative people generally become. I like to refer to it as the return of your money at retirement is more important than the return on your money at that point.
I see. Okay. So obviously, I mean, if you're at different phases in your life, I mean, you know, different quote-unquote requirements are, you know, important for you to try and figure out. But if you're just completely lost, I mean, where do you start?
Well,
I mean, you come in and kind of assess your finances.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, you've got to put it all to paper. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
Getting close to retirement, people tend to look for more guaranteed type of income strategies. And so, you know, when people think about it, first and foremost, you've got Social Security at retirement, right? Despite what you hear in the media news, that's really not going to go away anytime soon. It'd be a blood bash in Congress if they got rid of it, right?
Right, definitely. The second part is a pension. No, most companies do not, but if you work for a city or state, municipality, policemen, firemen, or school teachers, public school teachers, you've got a pension. So you've got an income stream coming in. For people in the workforce, in the corporate workforce, you don't have that. So you're depending upon your own savings. So some people talk about the idea of guaranteed income. So you can convert a portion of your retirement savings into an annuity. There are varying degrees of annuities. So you have to understand with working with a financial advisor what those annuities do and what those costs are. Is it strictly income? Is it tied to market ups and downs? Most importantly, you really need to understand the cost of those annuities. There are some that people utilize, advisors utilize, that are just off the charts in expenses. And so that diminishes some of your returns over the long haul. The last part is also taking a look at the idea of maybe cash value. If you own cash value life insurance, utilizing that as a tool in regards to your strategy as well. Wonderful. Okay. But again, it all starts with walking through the door, right?
Walking through the door, sitting down, creating a plan. How do you do that? You've got to lay everything out, right?
Don't hide anything.
Well, you know, look, you know, summer's over, right? We spent more time working on our vacation plans this summer than we did our own retirement. And so for most people, that's a reality. And so you've got to take a look at putting everything to paper and going through that process. What else can you do? I think it's diversification. It's You know, if you think about diversifying, how do you protect it a little bit further? If you put all your money in one individual stock, you've got stock risk. If you diversify over a number of different stocks, you've got different risk of different companies. If you're in a mutual fund that's 100 to 500, you're diversifying the risk. But understanding too, bonds have varying degrees of risk. And so you've got municipal bonds, you've got treasuries, you've got corporate bonds, you've got high yield, you've got global bonds. So creating the appropriate asset allocation mix based off that questionnaire we talk about, based off your personal time frame is really important.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Emmett.
Thank you very much.
To learn more, you can head to bienvillecapitalgroup.com, call 504-620-4801, or visit 111 Veterans Memorial Boulevard, Suite 940 in Metairie.